This flail is straight up broken. I'm not even running best in slot gear, and I'm dominating every fight. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn any battlefield into your own personal playground. So let's dive straight into it. Starting off with our artifact of choice, Greatsword. Crescent Waves is still a monster in disguise. Don't let those devs fool you. This thing will send enemies screaming back to the Shadow Realm. Not using this properly, and you'll just be free XP for the rats trying to steal your cheese. Stay with me. I'll show you exactly how to dominate using this thing. First thing, gem the slot. Necessity. Put an opal in there, free 12% damage. If you ignore this, you'll be nothing but a fly on the wall and a graveyard in disguise. Next up, let's talk about Flail, as this thing is where the chaos truly starts. Mending Vortex is a lifesaver. You spin around like a tornado, sending people flying. But it's got your back even when you make the dumbest of mistakes like me. When I turn off my brain in PvP, it'll be there to heal you right back up to full health. But don't worry, we have more crucial perks that round out our flail into a beautiful masterpiece. Starting off with Sundering Stacks. This thing is crucial as it synergizes perfectly with our Crescent Wave Sundering Stack perk, always keeping this debuff on the enemy, allowing them to melt down like butter. For our final and third perk, Alternating Enchantment. This thing truly brings the flail to life, maximizing our damage overall through abilities, light and heavy attacks, really allowing us to dominate the battlefield. I don't even have half of this on my build, and I'm still cooking people harder than Gordon Ramsay. Now that weapon perks are out of the way, let's go into Heart Room. Basically, Stalwart Heart Room, still the best in slot Heart Room in the entire game. Right now, nothing beats it. Let's go into Jewelry, as this is where things get real spicy. Life Ring Amulet comes with Divines for extra healing, and we heal more than the medic does. Health, because we need that extra shield for our mistakes that we will be making. We need more than that. Damage, that's where Shirking Empowered comes in clutch. Whenever we dodge, we get a stack of Empower. This allows us to go for nasty one-shots, as we'll always be Empowered Cap. What's even more important than this is our ring, Blood Drinker. Leeching, Hardy, 2 essential perks. Next up, put Arcane Damage here. I'll explain why more later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. That's crucial information you don't want to be missing. Just like you smash that like button, subscribing is insanely crucial. While you're at it, become a YouTube channel member. Join the Goblin Horde, as we'll be crushing it in Season 10. You get a cool badge, emotes, and you can make me do whatever you want me to do on stream. Jump straight into our earring. Fortifying Toast, extra tankiness, since we'll be making plenty of mistakes. I know I do, and I'm sure you'll be joining me. Refreshing Toast and Regenerating, who doesn't love free HP? This is why I always pick up free change on the road. Every counts. Same with this. You can put Mana Toast here instead if you want a bit more healing over time over something like Regenerating, since we do chug these mana pots harder than my uncle does at the barbecue drinking those brewskis. Next up, Armor. This is where you can make or break your build. Armor time, boys. This is either where our build flies higher than the kite in the sky or plummets all the way down into the cellar door. Weight class, medium, hand down the best equipment load. Trust me on this, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Artifact of choice, Tumblers. This thing is a beauty. 3-for-1 deal. Tankiness, a free heal, and extra damage. Who doesn't love free things? That's why I always grab my Happy Meal. Plus, I get a toy. Most important perk, Enchanted Ward. Think of this as your own personal mini shield, protecting you from all the hate mail and projectiles coming your way. Massive for overall survivability and keeping you alive to crush the battlefield. Next up, Shirking Heals. Dodge an attack, you get free HP. It's like the game is saying, you can make a mistake and we still got your back, brother. Massive survivability. Turn off your brain and still live. Just mash that dodge key. For our chest perk, always bring Vital Synergy. This gives you free stamina sustain and free healing. So this build has plenty of mistakes built in, because I know you're going to be making a lot on the battlefield. Next up, weapon perks. These are crucial to round out your build. Relentless Freedom for Greatsword, as it's a get out of jail free card. Next up for Flail, make sure you bring in Power Eruption, allowing your one-shot combo to hit even harder. You truly are a live missile on this build. Let's talk about gems, as this is just as essential to your build as your perks. So what exactly do you want to run? Rune Glass melee gems. These will give you 1% extra melee damage, affecting everything for your Flail and Greatsword except the ranged projectile, giving you massive overall burst damage. Next up, run 4 onyxes, 4 opals. Just feels the best right now. Highly recommend slotting that. This counters the vast majority of fire wizards and melee rats like myself. Now let's jump into consumables because it's time to become an addict. Let's talk about gems. These have an insane amount of impact on your build, so we want to make sure we get them right or you'll become a graveyard. First, I recommend putting in melee damage gems here, as this will give you 1% more melee damage across the board per gem, so 5% in total, giving our melee weapons extra daggers on the side. Next up, make sure you run 4 onyxes and 4 opals. This is the best all-around build in my opinion, as right now, all magic damage is pretty much split, and all melee damage is once again split, this giving us the best shield for everything. Now let's talk about consumables, as it's time to become an addict. I'm here to start your addiction and make sure you never recover. First off, Desert Sunrise. This thing is probably the most important consumable in all of PvP. Reduces dot durations on you by 25%. Basically, just making you 25% more tanky overall. That's a massive HP spike. Next up, our stat food. Don't be cheap, bring that 48 strength food. I know we're not Jeff Bezos out here, but trust me, that 4 extra attribute points is well worth. For our last piece of food, make sure you bring up your increased mana regen, as our crescent wave eats to that harder than a 500-pound man eating that juicy quarter pounder at McDonald's. For honing stones, you can go with 7%, but the 5% ones do you justice, or they're much cheaper and much more effective. For our potions, regenerating serums are a must. Free HP, free mana, and a bit of stamina on the side. Man, now we're cooking. That's what I call a 4-course meal. Mana pots, tier 4, tier 5, whatever you can afford. Then burst regen potions. This is if we make a mistake. You will make a mistake, and these are here to save you. Free HP and then a bit of regen on the side. That's what I call a good bargain. For our final slot here, you can run Oak Flesh Bombs. These give you more armor and elemental resistance, but they're not as strong as the flat damage reduction that comes from Fire Pots. So if you ever see a Fire Maniac or an Ice Gauntlet Yeti out there on the field, slot these bad boys in and their damage will plummet down harder than my self-esteem after trying to socialize today. Let's break down the best abilities you can run on Greatsword, starting off with Relentless Rush. This thing allows you to skate across the battlefield, close gaps, and to finish off those kills that are trying to escape. The Hammer. Steadfast Strike, free heal, free stam, sustain, comes out fast with a nice stagger. Then we have Roaring Rupture. This gives us a Fortify and cleanses 2 debuffs, making us insanely tanky. Also, we can't be staggered for 5 seconds. That's what I call a beautiful ability. The ultimate you want to go for, Undying Defiance, as this heals us more when we block an attack. And let me tell you, we are the Iron Wall. Nothing's getting past us. Let's talk about Flail. Flail, Trip, Arcane Eruption is basically one ability, as you use these always together. Next up, we have Arcane Vortex. This is all arcane damage. Once again, the reason why you should go arcane on this build. Combo that with the first hit of Arcane Eruption, which is also arcane. Arcane starting to look very juicy. These are the passives I would recommend running. The only debatable one is the top one, Advantage. You can switch it out for Better Together, but we're not a team player. We're a selfish gremlin on the field. That's what we're here for. Let me break down the combo for Flail. I'll show you that at the end of the video so you know exactly how to use and abuse this thing to secure those wins. Next up, attributes. This thing is truly the light at the end of the tunnel. For our stats, we take a little bit of everything. Why? Because I love to dip my toes in all types of sauces. First, 100 dex. This will drop our flail damage by a bit, but it's totally worth it, as this passive right here, 5% base damage while stamina is not full, still translates to the flail, so we're actually not losing that much damage. Next up, the 378 strength. This is just maximum damage for both our weapons because they're both primarily strength scaling gremlins. 50 focus. I was not a believer, but now I have total faith in the cause. 10% incoming healing with 5% CDR reduction is massive for the flail, as one of the skills, Vortex, scales off. Focus having a beautiful synergy when combined. Plus, Blood Drinker just gets more healing here. Our last one, 100 Constitution. This will bring us to a solid 14,000 HP, giving us a huge safety net, way more than I usually run, making us unkillable. Insane amount of healing. We're basically a healer, DPS, and tank all packed into one. Now let me break down the combo. Then I'll show you the best in slot build. And let's jump straight into the action. Let me break down the combo. First, if we see the rat, I like to open with Roaring Rupture. This immediately weakens and fortifies ourselves, making us very tanky. I then like to weave in a few heavies. Once they take a bit of damage, I'll relentless to them to get a beautiful heal. Look to go for either a quick heavy or immediately into steadfast, as sitting in onslaught stance is a one-way train ticket to the bottom of the abyss. Next up, if they ever stand themselves, that's the primary reason why we run Greatsword. You go for an immediate trip, auto, and then into Arcane Eruption. You can auto again into a Vortex. This will proc our alternating enchantment every time, giving us maximum damage, maximum pain, turning our enemies into walking body bags. Now let me break down the best in slot build you want to be running. I'll go over something I didn't cover in the build video for all you brothers who stuck around. Let's jump straight into that. Here is the best in slot build you can run for this setup. There's 2 bonus tips I have for you guys who are the real ones. Mortar Lifesteal, if you put this on your armor, highly recommend it. Gives you 2% lifesteal. And whenever you kill an enemy, and trust me, we'll be dropping bodies left and right, you gain 8% of your total max HP, 1 second cooldown. And another bonus tip for your gems. Here is the melee gem I was talking about. Gives you 1% extra damage for your melee attacks. The one major downside of this is Crescent Wave's range isn't melee. So instead, you could look to rock arcane attacks instead. I'm not sure which one I would enjoy more since I'm not Jeff Bezos, but I definitely recommend trying both of these out, as in my opinion, they both seem extremely meta. Do remember, the arcane one is empowerment and the melee is base damage, meaning if you already have too much empowerment in your build, it's time to drop some other empowerment either by dropping tumblers or shirking empowered on your amulet. This will allow us to hit empowerment very easily on our build and look to spice up with a few other artifacts. Otherwise, everything else is exactly the same. Power Eruption here on our Greaves. Shirking, just shirking heals. Life Ring Amulet the same. Arcane Damage on our Blood Drinker. Gorgonite Earring, Fortifying Toast. Refreshing Toast and Regenerating. Still, in my opinion, the best in slot. There is an argument made for Mana Toast here over Fortifying, but I personally love Fortifying Toast more. And then for our Flail, here it is in all its glory. Power Eruption, Alternating Enchantment, and Sundering Stacks. Or, what I personally like more than Power Eruption is Mending Vortex, since that heal is a lifesaver. There you brothers have it. I'll show you some PvP, but before we get into that, huge shout out to my YouTube channel members. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys can become one as well. I would greatly appreciate that, as we're starting the Goblin Horde, and I would love to have you there. And with that, boys, enjoy the rest of the PvP. Surprise!
Oh, what kind of stone?
Surprise! Why are you so tanky, you little rat? Wow, that damn dude. My deep dark fantasy. Shank him. Heavies. More heavies. Beautiful walking corpse section. Down. He wasted his sweep. He's trying to heal on me. Yo, I'm the one who heals. Oh, that trip was nasty. Heavies, come on, connect something, connect. They're all what? Okay, finally. Beautiful heals. Dude, we are just unkillable. How can you kill a demon king? Beautiful heavies. We're back. More heavies. Tiger. Continue to pump. Pump it, boys. Pump it up. Beautiful. Heal, 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 heal. Oh, we finished him off in style. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Chill, bro. Chill. Carl, it's me. It's me. Gotta get the donkey. 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 I have a donkey. Yeehaw. It's insane. You're unbelievably tanky. Look at us. Flail is so gross.